about staccato playing today, and I was just practicing a little bit of an Anderson study. It's study number 4 from the book Opus 15. With staccatos, the main thing is to ideally aim for the note to be absolutely as short as you can possibly get it. So it's really short, if you can hear that. It's shorter than. Okay, and different ways of making that kind of staccato work are practicing doing the staccato without any tongue at all. I always talk about this, but it's very important to have your diaphragm doing most of the work. So you can practice sort of, it's the action of blowing some dust off a windowsill. If you do quite a few times, you'll really feel your diaphragm moving and working hard. And then you translate that to the flute. Easier on high notes because you're more likely to squeak at the bottom, to be honest. But actually at the bottom is where you really need it. Those were all just diaphragm staccato notes. Then practice using your tongue as a sort of close-off valve after you've started the note. So you immediately, as soon as the note started, you stop it again. And your tongue's doing sort of action. And then add the diaphragm so that you've got a combination of the two. For most staccatos, that's a really effective way of doing a very good short staccato. So you don't need to tongue hard. It's nothing about strength of tonguing. It's not it's a soft action but very fast and very quickly repeated with the close off. So I recommend practicing scales with the diaphragm staccato. No faster than that, because it's very hard to do the diaphragm any faster. Then add your fast tonguing. But never forgetting about the diaphragm, because if you don't have the diaphragm, you don't really have the sound that you need for a good staccato. Then you could practice something like this, which is from Moyse's 25 Melodic Studies, number 2. And so on. In the same book, number 16 is a really useful one. The first version of it is and so on. Then variation 1 is variation 2 is and there's one more variation which is quite similar to that one. Which brings me to another subject, which is breathing. Staccato can be a really helpful articulation if you can just take tiny little breaths between those fast notes. You can just grab a little bit of air, and that way, for a piece like this one that I was just playing, I could play that whole piece without seeming to breathe, because I'm just doing these tiny little top-up breaths. Okay, and that's quite easy to do again if your diaphragm is kind of in position, pushing outwards all the time, so that the air can just kind of fall in those little gaps. You will find after a while that your tongue gets tired. I mean, it's a muscle like any muscle. Doing a new exercise or even a familiar exercise, it gets tired. So don't try to do too much staccato all in one go.